They are quick over there. They're already finished with their hand again. So there's 10 players remaining. We're one away from the final table. Final table hype. Love to be able to update the stream with that, but we are on the bubble here. We are 10th of 10th. We are very low in chips. We're going to be looking to push at any time. Probably with the 8-9 suited is going to be our best spot. We are going to be all in here with the 8-9 suited. We're going to be hoping that it folds back to us. If we get a call, we're going to be hoping that our 8-9 is live versus like Ace King or Ace Jack. We're just going to hope to pair up. We hope that we don't run into any big hands here. We're all in with the 8-9 suited. Hopefully we can flop something. If not, we're going to bubble. We sweated it. We sweated it. All right. It's not over though. We got to continue to sweat. Man, I would have loved another king right there. I would have loved another king right there. We're going to go ahead and fold this hand. We are hand for hand. It doesn't do us any good for us to tank and try to make the final table. We're hand for hand. This is the other table. So there was a raise and a call. If this guy with 96 happens to go out this hand, we will make final table. So we're definitely rooting for the 60 here to put a move on. And he doesn't. So the best way that you guys can support me is by hitting that follow button. We're probably going to be all in here. We're definitely going to be all in here with our sevens in the blinds. So this guy just called. Let's see what this guy does. So this guy pushes all in. Let's see here. What to do with sevens in this position to where you could possibly make the final table. Blinds are so high, you're so low in chips. This is definitely a tough position here with sevens. Could he have sixes? Could he have fives? Yes, he could definitely have the lower pocket pairs like that. But we're so close to the middle here. It sucks to have a limp, a shove, and then us here. I don't think 245 calls this. He might with just the call. I think this is a tough fold. This is a tough fold, guys. Too bad 245 didn't call that. I probably should have shoved the sevens there. Pocket pair, five-way is probably pretty good. But we chose to wait till another hand and shove on that one. Tough hand for us. Tough hand for us there with the sevens. Right at about middle of the road. Definitely a pocket pair above us. We would have had to get there with a 7. 6-4 is not going to do it. We're going to be all in here in the next two hands. If this guy doesn't make that call and then he shoves, if it just goes fold, shove, I shove. But with a guy behind me that could be just calling with a monster and hoping we shove, that's the reason why I laid that hand down there. But a little bit unfortunate. Nothing we can do. Looks like this guy's all in. This is for the final table. Aces just got a hold. No jack, baby. No jack for the final table. We got to sweat a jack, and we do. We do. That's the final table. We made it. Somehow we got to that blue screen. So we actually are in the best possible position. We are one behind the button. So we're going to have all these free hands to pick a hand to go all in. We made the final table. We're in dead last. So we're still climbing. We folded those sevens. It profited us an additional, almost $40 or $50 from that fold. We may have still, had a decent hand there. Wait, did the button just move? What just happened? How did the button go from here to here? How did that happen? I'm confused. Are you guys confused? I'm confused. I'm confused. We're going to fold this 8-9 under the gun. We're going to update the stream with final table hype. Best way you guys can support me is just by simply going down there if you like what you see and hitting that follow button. That would be super awesome. We're in the final table. We're dead last. We're looking to double. Not really sure why the button moved on us there and put us directly in the big blind and then gives us 3-4. So it's kind of shitting on us here. But nothing we can do about that, right? So ain't no way that this hand's going to give us a walk. These guys are definitely going to be putting the pressure on. They're fighting for places in this tournament to move up in money. We're not going to be taking any kind of free walks here. So a little bit unfortunate that the button started here, put these guys in the blind, and then moved all the way over to here. Nothing we can do about that. We're not going to be looking to get in here with the 3-4. We're just going to wait and push, and hopefully we can double to 60K. So the 4-2 off, don't think we can shove if it folds around to us. Don't think it will fold around to us, but I just don't think there's no way we can shove even if it does fold around to us. So we're just going to go ahead and fold that. So we made it, guys. We made final table hype. It feels good to be back to the blue screen. We were here about a week and a half ago. Oh, is this for money? This is for money. Who's ahead here? Who's got the best hand? This guy? Hey! Hey, what do you know? We didn't go out last. We did not go out last on the final table. We are climbing, so we're guaranteed 8th money. That's awesome. That's awesome. We got a full round of blinds here where we can just hang out, wait for a hand. We'll push. We'll be GG all in. Yeah. Very tough laydown, man, with 7-7 there. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. That hand could have went either way. Either way with that hand. But final table hype is all good. Final table hype is all good. All right, this is an interesting hand here with Queen 4. I was going to shove with it here under button +1. Unfortunately, we got a guy that entered the pot or opened with 12, so there's no way that we can shove now. But with 3 players behind us, I was going to shove and then allow these guys to have to make a decision to double me up. And, if they're gonna call me with a mediocre hand to double me up, like King 8 or something like that, then that's just a decision they have to make. Unfortunately, we can't shove with the Queen 4. We lay it down because we got opened on, and we'll be looking to shove in a position just like that here very soon. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree on the button. The button completely changed all the way across the table. The button went. I don't know. The only thing that I can think that happened there was that the original table where the guy busted on, I got moved to that table and the screen went blue. So I think maybe, possibly. Were there cards when we got to the final table? Did it deal everybody 1 card to choose our seat? Did it? We're gonna be all in here, by the way. But I want to know if it goes fold. One more. Let's get through one more here, 44. One more and we push. Lay that hand down. Yes. All right, guys. We're all in here. It's been a great ride. We're up to the maximum here on viewers that I've ever been. Biggest way you can support me is by simply hitting that follow button. It's been about a 4 or 5 hour ride here in this multi-table. I appreciate everyone stopping by and checking it out. We're going to be all in here with our Queen 9. We've got 4 players behind us who could have a better hand. But good luck all in. Folds around to the big blind. There's one guy that can call us. We need to get there, and we're going to have to dodge. It looks like we're going to have to get a 9. Actually, we did. He flopped the straight, 7-8, 9-10 jack. We flopped 2 pair. We got there with the full house. Big hand for us, big double up. We picked the Queen 9 because we thought we were ahead pre-flop. We were ahead pre-flop. He called us with jack high. Ended up doubling us up. We had to hit a boat there because he did flop the joint on us. So we ran good in that hand. That was awesome, but we're still in last place, so we're still fighting. And man, are we fighting. We are just, we still got those shoes laced up tight. We're still climbing. Hopefully we get a call here in the 44 position. We do. So we are rooting for a 9 ball. Just a 9 ball. We don't get there. The aces double up. Puts this guy down to 11K in chips. So it's gonna make our decision definitely change. This 11K will impact our decision depending on what kind of cards that we have. I suspect that people will be putting pressure on any hands remaining because we have a guy that's such low in chips. So I have to be very careful where I pick my positions at here, and very careful with my hands because this guy is very low in chips and he will be all in very quickly. There you go. He's all in the next hand. So we need to just, we're going to have to hit a 7 here. We're going to have to hit a 7. And this guy is going to double up to about 20 or 30, which puts us very close to us. Unfortunately, the king got there. Nothing you can do about that. So the heat is back on us here in the big blind because we will be below his chip stack here within a couple of hands. So we just needed to sweat a king there. I think maybe a jack as well. We didn't. We do have another all in here. So we will be rooting for anyone else that gets into this hand that has him covered. Obviously, if 17 enters, we'll be rooting for 73 to win. He does. So we've just got to sweat a hand here. We've got the open-ended, which he doesn't get there. He doesn't get there. Wow, flop the open-ended, doesn't get there. Put him down to 20K in chips. We're all fighting here. We're all looking to pick up good hands where we can shove. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to defend here with the 7 deuce. We would love to take a walk. We've got one more for the walk. Hopefully we get there with the walk. And this guy doesn't want to double us up to 100K. He says, you know what? I think my hand's better than your hand. I'm willing to double you up to almost 100K. If we call this, the pot will be over 100K, which will put us almost at his chip stack amount, and put us at a fighting chance to win this tournament. But he says, you know what? I got a better hand than you. I'm going to raise, and sure enough, we'll show the 7 deuce. Gosh, anything else, man? Anything else other than the worst hand, man? They are just making us fight in this tournament. Goodness. No way we can call this with 3-6 off. We got a guy that's all in. We've got a caller. We're going to be rooting for the 102. We've got 2 guys that could beat this guy. We're not gonna be able to, their cards are not gonna be turned up because we've still got live action over here in the 102 and 241 seat. So we just gotta dodge the ace ball. We do, and with that, we are down to 7 players. We pick up the queen jack here on the button. We're gonna be all in. I don't think there's any way that we can't push this hand all in. This guy's got 89K in chips. We're definitely the short stack here. There's 22,000 in the middle. We could just call here and try to see a flop. Is this guy probably making this call with 10s or 9s? Yes, because he has so many chips. I think he raises with anything better than 10s or 9s. So if we enter this hand all in, hopefully these guys don't have 2 overcards bigger than his pocket pair, because I highly think that this guy has a range from 7s all the way to 10s. So we're going to be all in here with our queen jack. We need to dodge hands from the these seats here. Okay, so that guy didn't have a straight, right? Okay. So let's see what this guy has. I put him on a medium pocket pair, like 7s, 8s, 9s, or 10s. He folds. He says, I'm not doubling you up there with whatever hand that you have. So I highly doubt that he had the hand that I thought he had. He was probably just limping with a hand like 9-10 or 10-jack. And we were able to pick up a big hand there, a really big hand there for us. We can be a little bit more patient now. This guy is going to be down to around 70K in chips after the blinds pass him. Five-two here suited. Definitely not looking to get into any controversy with that hand. So we're down to 7. We've somehow managed to basically sit in the back of the room in dead last this entire final table sweat, and somehow we've managed to sweat our way through to 7, which is definitely a great spot. We need to pick up a big hand here though. If we can pick up a big hand here, we get very close to average chip stack, and then we can start to rumble. Then we can start to play, you know, how we feel like we can play, where we steal pots, we can call, we can play normal poker instead of the all-in shove kind of poker, which we've been kind of playing since I've been so short stacked. So if you're just stopping by, guys, this is the $5,000 guarantee. There's $5,800 in the prize pool. There was around 200 players that entered this tournament, 291 to be exact. Top 36, or I'm sorry, yeah, top 36 is paid. And we are down to 7 players. We're going to fold the king 6 here under the gun, and I'm going to pull up the correct payouts here. We're going to close this one because we busted the 10K. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. We've got the ace 5 versus the 6s. We just needed, I think, dodge a 5 there, and with that, we just eliminated another player. We're down to 6. We're down to the final 6. I'm sorry. Yeah. We're down to the final 6. Okay, so this guy one-clicked 7K. We have suited runners. It would cost us 7,000 for a chance to win 28,000. We are very, very low chip stack compared to all of these guys. All of these guys have about everyone here at this table is over 220,000 in chips, and we have 50. So we're going to be looking to try to scrape our way into hands and try to win hands. I think this is a really, really good way for us to enter a hand and try to pick something up and try to shove with it. It's only 7 to win 28. So if you told me I think you should call here, I would believe you. I'd say I agree with you. If you said no, I think fold, wait for a better hand, shove, I'd be willing to say that's correct as well. A little bit of a tough hand for us here, so it's all about what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to lay it down. A little bit unfortunate. He did show the ace. Okay, so you never know. Maybe he has aces there. It's just one clicking. So we laid the hand down. We're going to look to push all in on another hand. Unfortunately, we've not had a hand yet where we've been in the blinds and we can defend or shove. We've had, gosh, if I were to go back and look at all the hands that we had in the blinds, it's just terrible. We've had terrible hands in the blinds. So nothing really we can do here with, you know, we had deuce 7 a while ago. Now we've got deuce 8 in the blinds. So we're just going to have to lay it down. Nothing we can do about that. 10-2 suited here, definitely a hand that we could shove if it folds around to us. I'd be okay with you saying I would shove there. These guys have to be willing to call me and say I'm going to double this guy up to over 100K and get him back in the tournament. So they're going to want to call me with decent hands. If they don't have decent hands, they're going to be folding. But since this guy limped, we're just going to fold. Let's go ahead and get the payouts back up here. There you guys go. So 36 places paid. We're down to 6. There were 291 entrants. We are in last place with 49 in chips. We're down to the final 6. I'll go ahead and flash up the payouts here, guys. 6th place wins a cool $256 for our $20 investment. We're definitely looking to climb that ladder, though, all the way to 1st and win that $1,250. Looks like we've got an all-in here. Wasn't for much money, though. I don't think he was all in at all. So with the 5-7 off here in the cutoff, there's no way that we can make a play here with the hand value that we have. We are going to be looking to get all in here pretty soon. We don't want to take our chips all the way down to the bottom where we have nothing left and when our all in means nothing. So we don't want to wait for a complete primo hand. We want to look for about a medium to high average hand, and we want to just push with it early as we possibly can to try to gain those chips. We could probably fold here for another 2 or 3 blind passes and not enter any pots and just hope for one more player to go out and our money go from 6th place, which is $256, to another $100. We could win another $100 if we could get someone to go all in. But I ain't here to go up one more spot. I'm here to win this thing. So we'll be all in here if it can deal us a decent hand in position. So I really appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. It's very cool. I just started streaming just last night, or maybe this is my 2nd night to really stream. The single most way that you guys can support me is by hitting that follow button. It means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to be trying to streaming for you guys as much as I possibly can outside of my day job. 4-7 here under the gun. Ain't no way we can shove with this hand. We're just going to wait until we get into the blinds, and we're going to have a hand where we can defend our blinds. We're going to do it. We're long overdue for that. So we're going to try to get in there, have a hand where we can defend with. We're chilling in the back of the classroom right now. We're just hanging out. We're looking for our spots to move all in. And somehow we've went from being on the bubble for 10th. We made our way to the final table, to the blue screen from the red screen. And we've made our way all the way down to 6th place, which is very cool. We are really just scraping everything we possibly can get put together to win this. Clawing, scraping. Alright, so we finally get a hand in our blinds. You know, I whine and bitch and moan enough, and it finally gives us a decent hand. Not super excited about the jacks, but you know, it is what it is. We'll be all in here for our remaining 38,000. Really? Is there any way that I can fold this hand? Is there any way that I can fold this hand to a raise, re-raise? Alright, so here's what I've got to think about this hand. So this guy puts the pressure on me because he knows I'm low chip stack, right? The 60 spot. The 44 spot goes, no. I've actually got a decent hand here. I've got like ace 9, ace 10, you know, maybe ace queen. You know, let me take this hand down. I think that's what the 44 spot's doing. Yes, he could obviously have queens, kings, or aces. Very likely for him to have a hand like that. But I just feel like in this hand, that this guy's trying to put pressure on my big blind because he's know I'm about to go out. This guy's saying, you know what, I have an ace ball here. Let me take this hand down. I'm going to re-raise and make sure this guy goes out, right? Make sure this guy folds to the raise, re-raise, and put me even lower. So I really don't think that there's any way that we can lay the jacks down here. This is going to be for our tournament. Nothing, you know, there's no way that I can really talk myself back out of this hand. I was going to fold right when I saw the re-raise, and then now that I think about the hand and I kind of play it out and I talk about it, there's just no way that we can lay this down. So we're all in. Good luck all in. Exactly what I thought. We just got to sweat the ace ball. And we do! We sweat the ace ball. So he didn't have exactly what I thought he had, but he did have the ace ball, and he said, you know what? I got the ace ball in this hand. Let me take the hand down. He made the re-raise. We were on the big there, and we had the jacks. No way we can let the jacks go. And there you have it. So I talked the hand out there, guys. I really felt like that's what happened in the hand, and sure enough, that's what it was. And so that's what I say to a lot of you guys that are quick to call things and quick to snap call. Sometimes you just got to think it out and use your time bank. That time bank's there for a reason, to give you a little bit of chance to kind of think it out. How did this hand play out? What's going on here? And really make smart decisions, especially when you're at the final table. So here with King 10 off, we're definitely in position here on the button. Blinds are 4 and 8, and this guy makes it a little bit double than than a one clicker. Not double than a one clicker, but just a little bit higher than a one clicker. It would be 16,000. King 10 it looks great because we've had such shitty hands here lately. But I think we're just going to conserve our stack here, and we're going to see how this kind of plays out here for a little bit. And we're going to lay our King 10 off down there. No really reason for us to get involved there with a kind of a marginal hand. We would have been all in with it with 30K left, but since we just doubled up, I'm okay with folding that hand. Big hand with jacks. Big hand. So ace jack, he did have us pre-flop, pretty dominated with the King 10. We would have got there with a king, but nothing we can do about that. I agree with you definitely can't be results oriented after the flop comes and you've already folded. I don't even like the fact that my cards stick here. I wish I knew where there's an option for those just to go away. But very cool that we are still in this. $27 text messages. Got a lot of friends hanging out. I'm glad you guys are hanging out and staying with me tonight through this final table sweat. We're in the $5,000 guarantee. That short stack, I don't think you can fold Jack Jack. Totally agree with you, man. Totally agree with you. Mithranite. Totally agree with you there. So we're going to be opening here with the King Jack suited. So we get opened on under the gun. I don't think there's any way that we can re-raise this to 27. Sure, we could call for 17. I think again we laid down the King 10. I think we're going to again lay down the King Jack. It's definitely a great hand. I would have opened with this hand, but since this guy opened with it, I think I'm just going to fold it. Ace 4 off, we're getting there. We're slowly climbing. So I appreciate everyone stopping by. I agree that you probably shouldn't even think about that. I mean, if I was playing anywhere else other than a final table, I probably wouldn't have thought about it that long. I probably would have just snapped off the jacks. But you really have to think about every position in a final table, because every position that goes out means so much in money. Once you hit that final table, Every climb in position is so much money compared to what you invested to get into the tournament. You don't often make final tables. They're very, very, very rare in multi-table tournaments like this. So when you get into them, it's definitely okay to think about it. I actually, to be honest, I did think a little bit about folding that hand with the jacks there. But once I went into the tank, I thought about it for a little while. I played the hand out on what those guys could be doing, and we talked it out, and we got there. So we won, and definitely we definitely had the sweat there. Sweat the ace. Yeah, 5 to 6 big blinds left. Definitely, definitely nothing we could do other than shove with the jacks. So I totally agree with you there, Mithranite. Just had to talk myself into it. That's all. That's all. So we're still short stack. We're still grinding. Still trying to fight. We don't think we can defend here with our Jack 3 offsuit. So we're going to be laying this hand down. We got a break coming up in 15 minutes. We're 6 players left. Payouts are over here to the right, top 4. 36 places paid in this tournament. We're down to 6 left. Every position means something. So it folds around to us. We're going to enter this hand with just a limp with 9-10. Remember, we played a hand with this guy earlier with the ace-8. You guys recall that hand where he flopped top pair, checked it to us. We made a pair on the turn. Aces, eights, paired up our eights with an ace, and so we have a little bit of knowledge about this guy and how he kind of likes to play his hands. With the raise, though, it's a pretty easy fold for us. Man, I tell you what, I definitely don't have the bladder that Jay Carver does. Man, oh man, he's a beast. Not having to take any breaks. Man, I need my breaks, man. We got a raise, a re-raise, and a re-re-raise. So let's see what goes down in this hand. Somebody's thinking about shoving, and he lays it down. Nice hand, 44. 4-6 off here. We are in position here to try to steal a hand. We're going to lay this one down, though. Blinds are going up 5,000, 10,000. So every hand definitely counts. A lot of money. There's 21,000 in this pot. No matter what this guy does, we're all in with ace king. We're going to be all in here with this hand. We're in last place in this tournament. We've got ace king. We're going to be hoping that this guy has ace jack or ace queen, and we just got to sweat. So we're going to be all in here pretty quickly. A pretty quick shove from us. Good luck all in. Appreciate everyone tuning in. We just got to hold, baby. We got to hold. So if he had aces or kings, he snaps us off there pretty quickly. He's going into the tank. I'm thinking he has ace jack or ace queen. So we'd definitely be looking to double up here on this hand. He's got pocket fives. We're going to have to flop an ace or a king or a club. And we miss, and that's it for us, guys. We had a lot of outs there. Ace, a king, a club. A lot of hands would have got us there, though. We did ended up busting out of the tournament. We ended up getting 6th place. We just got a follower of Mithranite. Sorry I couldn't win that hand for you, Mithranite. We did have a ton of outs in that hand with the ace king and the clubs. Guy called us with a low pocket pair. we were definitely in really good shape. I think Ace King actually rates to be ahead of Pocket Twos. Pocket Threes are a little bit ahead of Ace King, very slightly. Um, but anything around twos to fives, Ace King definitely rates to be a very even coin flip with those kind of hands. So it was definitely a good shove by us. We did ended up busting the tournament 6. We were paid $256 for that tournament. Um, so there's let's go back and just preview. Let's tell these guys a good game. Don't think we'll be able to tell the guys good game. But I'll quickly go back and we'll just quickly look and see um, where we were in that hand all the way through. Did we make the right position? I think we did. There's no way that you could say you didn't. But we will pull out. We will pull up the final table hand. We will look at a little bit of our stats throughout the hand, and we'll see where we were on that final club on the turn going into the river. I would really like to see where we were. So he had the 5 of spades with the 5 of diamonds. Pretty big call with him, with only having right around 100K in chips and us having 100K in chips. Fives, was a tough call by him. He did end up getting there with a 5 on the turn, which was a little bit unfortunate. So let's look at the stats here. So Ace of clubs, King of spades. And the flop was 9 of clubs, 4 of clubs, and the 10 of diamonds. So on the flop there, he was a favorite, 70-30, right on the nose. So we definitely were behind on that flop. We definitely had to get there. The turn actually set him up with the 5 of clubs. And after the 5 of clubs came, that put us even lower. So he set it up. We were going to need to get there with a non-pair the board club. Our ace and king was not any good. I actually didn't know that he hit a set on the turn. Thought he hit it on the river, but we were still a big dog there. 18% there on the river. So we were 30% one time, 18% one time. We didn't get there. We busted. Nothing we can do about that with Ace King. So I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. We made a pretty good run. We've been here for about 6 hours. We placed 6th in the multi-table tonight in the 5K. We made $256. It cost us $20 to enter. It was a pretty good night for us. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you would please hit that follow button.